are shows with psychics.
And there are shows with doctors.
But there's no show like The Psychic and the Doc.
Your practical paranormal power unleashed.
This show synthesizes the talents of world-class medium Mark Anthony, the psychic lawyer, psychic explorer,
and street smart spiritualist, behavioral psychologist, Dr. Pat Baccili. All subjects are on the table and no topic is taboo. Inspiration, insight,
action, and fun as Mark Anthony connects callers with loved ones in spirit.
In tandem with Dr. Pat's fresh, no-nonsense, street smart, intuitive insights. And she is hilarious.
Extraordinary problems
require extraordinary solutions, which may come from this side
or the other side. This is The Psychic
and the Doc, and it starts now. Everyone, to The Psychic and the Doc here on the Transformation Network. I'm Mark Anthony JD, known as the Psychic Explorer, and I'm here with my illustrious and very enlightened co-host, Dr. Pat Baccili. And we want to welcome everybody. We just had Earth Day, so this is sort of our just post Earth Day. And the theme of this show, and Dr. Pat is holding up the most beautiful tulip. And the theme of tonight's show is, will your April showers bring May flowers? Dr. Pat, did you just pick that
Linda
tulip?
did. Linda went out and get it. So this is Linda saying, this is April showering here in the Pacific Northwest. Can you see the little drops on there? I don't know if you can see them, but
yeah, I can see this
from the front yard. Yeah, very nice, Linda. Thank you. She wanted to make that point today.
Well, it's absolutely beautiful, and I know that the Pacific Northwest has just been pummeled by rain. And Rocky and I just got back from San Rafael, California, which is on the north end of the San Francisco Bay Area. And we had a free day. We got in early because we always like to get in early, try to adjust to the time change. And we were privileged to go visit the Muir Redwood Forest.
Amazing.
And oh my Lord, it was unbelievable. And for all the listeners, if you ever get the chance to visit a redwood forest, I highly recommend it. I've been in all types of jungles, rainforests, deciduous forests, you name it, around the world, and there is absolutely nothing like a redwood forest. And it's so quiet in there, and these trees were just gigantic. They're hundreds of feet tall. They're thousands of years old, and you can just feel a wisdom, a sanctity. It's just breathtaking.
Yeah. I mean, it's so important that we appreciate what you just said, because I think for so many, I mean, when you hear about the fires that hit both our state, well, pretty much the West Coast, if I should say, yeah. And, unless you've seen it and see what fire does, you don't really understand how careful you really need to be in, even in the Pacific Northwest. I mean, clearly we get a lot of rain. Like when? Oh, all the time. So the big announcement here is, when does summer start? The 4th of July. When does summer end? The 4th of July. But recently, I'm just kidding, the 5th of July. But the summers here have been extremely hot. And it's so funny Linda went out and got that, because I could feel her energy underneath Lynn saying, April showers. Oh, no, wait. March, April showers. No, wait. February, March, April showers. No, wait a minute. January, no, December, no. Oh, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April showers in the Pacific Northwest. Don't y'all be fooled. I want to tell you, this is what happened to me. I don't want y'all to be fooled. If you come here in the summer, like I did, I spent the summer here in 1992, and my friends here were like, no, yes, it's beautiful here, but trust us when we say, and I'm like, I think you people say that. No, I'm telling you, this is the place that is absolutely beautiful, but the sun doesn't shine like it does at other places. And therefore, it's a different beauty. It's the most lush green. And the water is sparkly. That's why it's called the Emerald City. But please do not be fooled. If you come out here in the summer and you're thinking, I'm going to move to that Seattle place, come back in December.
Yeah, I'm going to say about Florida, people will come here around Christmas time or in March and April. Oh, it's so nice. Come back in July.
Yeah.
Come back in July and August. And the thing is, there are pockets around the world where the weather's pretty much perfect, 365 days a year. Hawaii's one of those. I think San Diego's another, and so on. You know, every place has its pluses and its minuses, but the Pacific Northwest and I've been to Redwood Forest before, but the Muir was just so exceptional.
Oh,
And then I've also been to the Seattle area a number of times. It's just so beautiful there. There is it's a very positive feeling.
yes. Yes.
You know, and the funny thing is, like when we're in the Muir Forest, and I always say this here at home, after a rain, I go out and I look at all the grass and the plants and the trees, and I always get the feeling they're happy.
Yeah.
And yeah, and there's this feeling like they're happy. And apparently, Rocky and I hit it on a really beautiful day because one of the park rangers we spoke to many of them. He said that they had just gotten a lot of rain, and to me, all the trees looked happy. But we found out something very interesting. We'll just touch on this. One of the things I lecture about that I was just speaking at New Living Expo is biophotons. And what that means is in our cells, scientists have discovered ultra weak photonic emissions. What that means is our cells create light, and there's flashes of light. And MIT released a study a few years ago that it appears that our cells communicate through light. And, you ever wonder when you step on a tack and you immediately feel the pain?
Yes.
It's moving at the speed of light through your neural network.
Wow.
And now scientists have also discovered that other species, not just animals, but plants, also have biophotons. And we were talking to this one park ranger, and he was discussing the mycelia fungus, which grows on the tips of the roots. And fungus also has biophotons, and the mycelia fungus appears to work in harmony with the roots of trees to direct them towards nutrients, water, to avoid difficult areas. So it now appears, as weird as this may sound, that plants communicate with each other. And does that then mean there is some level of intelligence flowing through them?
Yeah. That we're going to save that we're going to have to bring somebody on to talk about that. But I mean, when you think about it, I mean, there's the reality of it. I mean, you've said everything is energy. And I just want to tell everybody it's a live call-in show tonight. We always like to chat at the beginning so that we can get all the callers in. We have a great team. Emily, not quite sure if Moxie's there, but we have people there that are answering the phone. So those of you out there that would like to call in tonight, connect with your loved ones, 1-800-930-2819, please do that. Here's the reality about our environments, right? There's something that happens. So this has been a little bit challenging of a week for me in a number of different ways. A lot of long hours, getting a lot of good things done, just come real oddball things. And then it's gray. So what does Pat do? So my therapy, because I'm such an introvert. Yes, I'm an introvert. I am such an introvert. I'm so high on the introvert scale. I broke the Myers-Briggs scale. They literally had to give it to me 4 times. But what is an introvert like me does in the Pacific Northwest on a gray day? Rewatches the Game of Thrones. Who does that? Who does that, people? The Game of Thrones. And not just the whole Game of Thrones, because I gotta go to the last season of the Game of Thrones, right? When the crazy people from who knows where they come. I mean, it's fascinating. And it's so interesting as I was thinking about that. Why would somebody like me do that? Well, there are 3 reasons. 1, I love film like that. I grew up loving movies. I love really weird kind of stuff. I'm really hooked on this what is it called? Three body something. Oh, Three Body Problem. It's a new series on one of the networks. I'm really hooked on that. It's over because I grew up in a science fiction environment. I grew up in a comic book environment. But it's fascinating. Gray Day, Game of Thrones. Let's take, what do y'all do on gray days? No, don't call them with that answer. I have a funny feeling I know. Let's take a short break, everybody. When we come back, I think the flower is getting to me. When we come back, we're going to go right to the phone lines. You're listening to The Psychic and the Doc, everyone. 1-800-930-2819. We'll be right back. Well, everyone, welcome back. We're going to go to the phones. Before we do, Mark, again, I know you're traveling. How can people find you? Let's make sure they have information.
Yeah, please go to my website, afterlifefrequency.com. And for all of our listeners in the Tampa Bay area in Florida, I will be at the Unity of Tampa community, spiritual community this Saturday. And they're having a reincarnation summit, which is sponsored by the Edgar Cayce Center out of Virginia Beach. Yeah. And the other speaker with me is John Van Alken. And it's such an honor to be speaking in conjunction with him. John has been with Edgar Cayce for years. He's an extremely interesting man. Very well versed in Egyptology, takes groups to Egypt every year. Just an incredible wealth of knowledge. And then next week, which will be May 4th, I'll be in Virginia Beach at the Edgar Cayce ARE at their headquarters Reincarnation Summit. So this next 2 weeks, I'm really focusing a lot on the science of reincarnation and near-death experiences. And you can find out about all of that at my website, afterlifefrequency.com. I invite all of you to sign up for the newsletter. And if you're in the Tampa Bay area, please come to this summit because John and I will also be taking questions from audience members, and it looks to be, and the Unity of Tampa, it's a wonderful community. There's such great people. And what I like about them is very open-minded spirituality. So visit my site, afterlifefrequency.com. So Dr. Pat, what do you say we go to the phones?
Let's do it. Emily.
Up first, we have David from New Jersey. David, you are live.
Hey, David, welcome to The Psychic and the Doc. Hey. What can we do tonight? How can we help you?
Hey, how you guys doing? Hey, Mark, how are you?
Doing well.
Just crushing it, batting 1,000, unlike the Mariners. Uh-oh, don't call me. Please, don't email me on that. I'm going to walk it back later.
So I'm calling because I just recently had someone in my family crossover who was, very important to me. My grandfather passed on the 7th, and I was calling to see if there's any messages from Spirit in regards to him crossing over.
Yeah, and David, keep in mind that are you on a speakerphone or something? Because your sound's a little bit scattered.
You may have your radio on in the background. Do you, David, or something like that, or maybe your computer?
No, can you hear me better now?
Yes,
now I can. Because
can you hear me better now?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
We can hear you. Thanks, David. And for all the callers, realize that everything I do is about frequency. So the clearer the connection between us, the clearer the connection with the other side. And David, keep in mind that sometimes the person that you want to hear from the most may not be the first one to step forward. Okay. So I'm actually getting a female energy coming through first, connected to you through your mother's side of the family, but she could be on the grandparent level. So this could be a grandmother. And what I'm getting with her, I'm immediately feeling the strange sensation underneath my chin area, in the area of my lymph glands. And I'm feeling a draining sensation that was going throughout her body. And now what this indicates, David, is that for this woman, her passing was not a rapid event. In other words, she had an illness that was consuming her, taking her down a step at a time. It feels very much like cancer. Based on I'm seeing like an emaciated look to her, and just like a degeneration of her jawbones, her teeth, but definitely the issue with the lymph glands. I'm also getting a nauseated sensation, which is one of my indicators that she was having difficulty eating or possibly holding down food prior to passing. But nausea can also be a cancer indicator. There's a lot more here too. She was elderly. The word elderly, she looks like she could have been easily around 80, like mid to late 70s to 80 when she passed, or she may have been a bit younger than that, but looked older because of this illness. I'm also getting, I can't even feel my feet. So what that means is she was most likely having difficulty walking prior to passing, or circulation issues. Let me hold here. Does any of this resonate with you, David?
Absolutely. That was my great grandmother. She had stomach cancer, then it went terminal and spread into her lymph nodes, into her brain, and everything else.
Okay, so she's coming through first. What is her relationship to the grandfather you want to talk to? Is that her son?
No, that's her daughter was married to him. It's my mom's dad.
Oh, her daughter was married to him. Okay. Well, see, there's the connection. Okay. So she's stepping through first, and hold on. Now, this is strange. I don't often get this message or vision, but they're showing me a Ouija board. Okay. Now, I don't subscribe to, or necessarily I don't approve of Ouija boards. Some of my colleagues disagree with that. But if I say Ouija board, what does that mean to you, David?
A Ouija board? I don't play around with those things.
I don't.
I personally believe they open up portals.
I'm sorry. What?
But I am a lot more spiritual. I'm very much more spiritual than they were. I mean, in that regards, these were holiness Christians. Like, anything that wasn't what they practiced was quote unquote the devil.
Okay, so no, that makes sense. That makes sense. So maybe it's not that she's not saying don't do this is of the devil, but that's something that you immediately recognized. Okay. Now, there is a male energy coming in, and I feel like my heart is just leaping right through my rib cage. I mean, it's bam, 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 like that. I mean, I feel a piercing sensation in the heart. Clearly, this feels like a heart attack or some type of other cardiovascular issue, but it feels like a massive heart attack, and this is a male energy. Does that make sense to your grandfather or to somebody else connected to you in spirit?
Yeah, he had a couple and a stroke, and then ultimately he it was the lungs that did it. He had pulmonary fibrosis, I believe it was.
Okay, yeah, I'm feeling like if you took like a spike and just stuck it into my heart, my chest.
Oh yeah.
And now he's making a joke, and he's holding up a whole deck of cards. He goes, 52, 52, pick a card, any card, pick a card, any card. All right. Could be the number 52, which could be 5, or it could be number 2, number 5, number 25, or number 52, which may be of significance.
Oh my God.
Go ahead.
I literally just left the store, like a spiritual shop, and I bought a deck of cards used for like divination purposes, but regular playing cards. 52 deck card.
All right. So now we know we got your grandfather, and now we know that he is around you and aware of what's happening. I mean, it's so funny because I can hear him going, pick a card, any card, but he's making sure he's showing me 52. And he's holding up the Jack of Spades. Interesting. Each of the suits has a different significance. Diamonds is prosperity, hearts is love, clubs confrontation. This isn't how I interpret it, but spades means really hard work. And because it's the Jack, this could also be a male name that starts with the letter J, like a Jim, Jack, John, Jeff, Joe, something like that. First off, let's start with the hard work. I take it from this that your grandfather was a very hardworking man, and because he's handing this card to you, this goes without saying that you too are also very hardworking. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. He started working at 11 years old in dye factories in Paterson, New Jersey.
Wow.
At 11 years old, working 14-hour shifts. Yeah.
Is there a male J name? It may not be his name, but it could be a Jack or a John, but it's like a Jim, Jack, Jeff, John. I'm getting this male J name connected to you or connected to him in some way.
Well, my grandmother's name was Janet, and his sister just passed February 20th. My aunt, her name was Jeanette. Okay,
so let's go with a female J name. All right. Now, let's get a message from him for you. He said fortitude. Fortitude. This guy's hilarious. He goes, the word of the day is fortitude. It feels like, remember that old show? And then they did a remake, Password. The password is fortitude. That's what he's showing me. Fortitude. Okay, fortitude's a good thing. What does fortitude mean to you, David? Then I'll turn you over to Dr. Pat, because I know she'll be able to interpret this.
Fortitude. That means strength, stability. What other adjectives could I use? I wish I had a thesaurus. But
that's right. We have Dr. Pat.
I
even better. Yeah, if this is not a segue for Dr. Pat, Dr. Pat, fortitude, and wow.
Fortitude. Let me stay with the theme. Fortitude. It comes up a lot around illness. So I have a funny feeling this is kind of all related here, but I'm not sure if it's about the people we just talked about or about you. But you hear things like Mary endured her illness with great fortitude, right? So you see the way it's used, right? It talks about that, but there's something else that comes up for me about the word. And I don't know if this is for you, but I'm going to throw it out there anyway. Usually the word comes up sometimes when it has to do with moral strength, like moral or ethical or strength of mind, right? And correct. So I guess the question I have are you having any challenges? And I don't mean challenges like work or, I mean like with your mind. Are you having a hard time staying focused on the things you want in life? That's my question for you.
Oh, absolutely. And
okay.
One of the last conversations we had, you know, my grandfather was a man from Southern man, born in Camden, South Carolina. Yeah. And the last conversation we had, he says to me, "Boy, what the hell you want to do with your life now? You got a college degree, you doing this, you doing that. What you want to do? You got to set that. You got to pick one thing. You got to pick one thing." And that's just how he talked, you know. And
I do know.
I mean, I get it 100%. Like it makes so much. I got chills. Like it means like I understand everything. Like it's okay. Like this was really healing, honestly.
So let me ask you a question.
Like very much so.
Yeah, you know, it sounds like you need a little help. I mean, I'm not a completely 100%. I'm about 90% that you need to pick a thing. But I think in the world we live in, right, we can pick on multiple things. But generationally, folks used to say, pick a thing, stick with it, focus, march on. We live in a different world now. And my sense is that you're being pulled in different directions, and that's a concern. That would be a concern. That's what requires fortitude of mind. You understand? Now, if you're being pulled in a bunch of, and you don't have to share the personal stuff with us on air, so I'm just going to give you the message. If you're being pulled in a bunch of directions and some of it doesn't feel morally right, and it's such a really strange world. I mean, the word moral and morally right is very subjective in the world. Different cultures, we're very conservative here in the United States. You go to my European relatives and they have a whole different way that they live. And so I want to ask you, are you being pulled in a couple different directions, not physically, but more emotionally? Is something like that going on?
Did you say emotionally?
Yeah. So the thing that's coming up for me, and I don't know if this ties in with you, Mark, is This would be a great problem for somebody like me to have. I'm just going to say it up front. Do you have like two people you got a love interest in? Because usually something like this comes up with when you're being pulled, right? Where there are more than one people that want a piece of you. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, if you move away from the relationship end of it, work. The workplace is a place where this happens. How are you feeling? What's going on there?
It's definitely related to my career. I wish I had two women pulling for me, to be honest with you.
I said that. Yeah. I think there was a little projection on my part, but that's because, see, I got the flowers here. That's what's going on. But you see, you got to take care of that work thing, though. That's the message that's coming through.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because I know in my heart of hearts, what I do, the career path that I'm in, it's not what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
I've had spirit come and tell me, like, you got to do something else. And
but you got that unconscious thing going on with you, though, David. You got your unconscious mind is saying, no, remember I told you, you got to do one thing and stick to it. See, you don't.
Yeah.
Start to think about the changes you want in your life. And I'm very clear when I coach people, unless it's a really horrible situation, plan it out. There is no better time to look for a new job than when you got one. So be grateful for what you have. But boy, if it is just not fueling your heart, take some time. Use that deck of cards you got. And take some time and see what shows up for you, okay? They put those cards to good use.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you, David. Thank you for calling.
Thank you guys always, so Mark. I love you. You're amazing, bro. You just keep doing your thing. I always support you. You know that.
Oh, thank you.
You got family in New Jersey, man.
Yeah. Let's go, New Jersey. Right? Where are you from, David?
I'll see you again.
Where are you from in New
Patterson.
Jersey? Patterson. Okay, I'm central. I'm more central. I graduated Plainfield High School, but then I moved to Central Jersey.
Oh, okay.
It's hard not to think of New Jersey without pizza coming to mind. Now I'm like, pizza.
That's
oh my God,
pizza. Jersey pizza.
Jersey pizza.
I just picked up pizza for dinner. I literally just ate a slice.
Okay. I got to give a shout out for Vinny's. I swear to you, I'll take a picture and send it to you. Vinny's in Bridgewater. Got to give a shout out right there. Thank you. Thank you so much, David. Wow, that's so good. Emily.
Okay, up next we are going to go to Naomi in Indiana and give Naomi 1 second here. Okay, Naomi.
Say something. I bet I say the wrong thing now. Watch.
No, you never do.
Hi, Naomi.
Never do.
No, about this, I'm going. Hi, Naomi. How are you?
Naomi, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm sorry.
How are you?
I was listening to the. I'm doing a little better, you know. I lost my son, and I have 4 children, but I lost my youngest one, and he left 2 kids behind, and I'm just lost.
Well, first off, on behalf of Dr. Pat, myself, and everybody here at Transformation Network, our deepest condolences for the loss of your son. And no parent, no mom should have to go through that. So our hearts go out to you, Naomi. I'm very sorry. Let me see if I can get him to step forward. Okay, I am getting a male energy coming through, and he keeps playing with his hair. He has like this. Did he have thick hair, and he was always kind of like running his fingers through his hair? Because there's a guy running his fingers through his hair a lot. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Now he's showing me. I'm seeing 2 fish. They're like the symbol of the Christian fish. However, that could mean like somebody who is of a Protestant faith, kind of, Baptist or, evangelical. But the 2 fish in conjunction could also mean the Pisces time frame. And Pisces runs roughly from February 20th through March 20th. So he could be bringing up a significant birth, death, anniversary, or event. A birth, death, anniversary, or event, Naomi, which may be connected to him or to you or someone close to either of you within Pisces, which is roughly February 20th to March 20th. Is there anything there, or is there anybody that may be kind of, conservative Christian, not Catholic, but Christian? I mean, Catholics are Christians, although a lot of Christians aren't good about that.
Yeah.
He was a Christian?
Yeah, my boss. Yeah, he was a Christian. I raised him Christian, and then my boss, he was an attorney, Mr. Kuzman. His birthday is March 26th, and he died.
And he died? So that means your son is over there with him, okay?
With him,
these are these are two of the spirits that want to come talk to you. Now, they're also your son. He's talking about your refrigerator. Your refrigerator. He keeps going refrigerator. What is going on with your refrigerator? I mean, do you have a problem with it? Are you supposed to get a new one? But he keeps showing the refrigerator. It's like the refrigerator door is not closing.
Yes, my freezer.
What happened?
It's not closing tight, so sometimes I get home and it's open.
Okay, so you see, your son in spirit's around you, and he said, "No, Mom, I'm not doing that to the freezer. You just need to get it fixed," is what he said. Okay. So he's being funny about this, and now he's talking about snails, and I don't think he's talking about escargot, but I'm getting snails, snails, snails. There's got to be something with snails.
Well,
go ahead.
Well, he has two little boys, and that he left behind, and I took them outside, and they had stuff in the sandbox. I don't know if he's talking about, and they look like snails. They're on the sandbox.
Okay, that could be that, because you see, you're very good. Let me tell you, you are doing an excellent job, Naomi, because when I present a piece of information, you have to go with what resonates with you first, and you are quick on the uptake in doing that. So kudos, you're doing a very good job. With his passing.
And my grandson just started crawling, so.
Okay, at a snail's pace?
I'd be referring to that. Yeah.
He could. Okay, with his passing, I'm getting this, and please forgive me. I know when I start giving evidence about how people passed, sometimes I sound clinical, and I don't mean it in a non-emotional way. But I'm getting this impact sensation to my head. Now, an impact sensation to my head, that could be head trauma, stroke, aneurysm, or quick passing. But I'm getting this impact. And I feel like he was one day here, one day not. One day here, one day not. In other words, whatever happened to him came on really quickly. And does that make sense?
Well, he fell in the garage, and we didn't find him till next morning. But they found he was taking some. He had hurt himself and was buying pills from friends, and he took a laced, they think it's a Vicodin, that was laced with fentanyl.
Oh, so he passed out. There's the quick passing and then the falling. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because...
And he had fallen the day before and he had a concussion.
Oh, that's where the head trauma's coming in. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he did not mean to do this, but he said this was... He said this, he keeps repeating, this would happen, this would happen, this would happen. Now he's talking about the Taurus time frame. Taurus, and you got to realize he may not have been interested in astrology, but spirits give me time frames. And sometimes they're based on like birthstones, which are a specific month, or other times they get astrological time frames. And Taurus, we just entered Taurus. That goes from March 20th to May 20th. Are there any births, deaths, anniversaries, or events connected to you, your son, or someone close to either of you within Taurus? Unless the word Taurus, like maybe somebody drives a Ford Taurus. Go ahead.
His friend Mark committed suicide January 20th, and his birthday is in May.
And he was a Taurus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So you see, you got your boss there. He's got his friend there. He obviously is here. Go ahead.
And his best friend, his other best friend that he lived with, committed suicide, and his birthday is May 12th. So he's probably telling me that he's with Dad and Mark.
Yes. Yes, and that's why he's bringing up that particular sign, because both of these gentlemen were Tauruses. Now let's get a message for him. Then I can hold on. Every day you remember me, and he's holding up. On Memorial Day when people hold up the poppies, and that's interesting because Memorial Day is just after Taurus. That's in Gemini, but he's holding up the poppies, and that could reference somebody connected to you or him that was in the military. But he says, every day you remember me, you memorialize me, and he says, and I thank you and love you for that. Mm. That's the message.
I miss him every day. I miss him every day, and I know he wanted me to keep going traveling. I know he wanted, and I'm trying to travel, but I got my 2 little grandbabies that I'm going back home tomorrow to, because I feel like they need me right now.
Mm-hmm.
They do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah.
I don't really have much to add, but I do want to say, Mark, when we hear stories like this, I want to really say something to you, though. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. And boy, look at you stepping in to take care of those little babies.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you. I believe you're going to find a way to travel. And I believe you're going to find a way to travel with those babies. But you are right now, you have got your shoulders, got a heavy weight on your shoulders. So you have to really try to take care of yourself. I mean, it sounds like a silly thing because when we go through this, it's hard. But I do have a solution for your refrigerator if you'd like it. Your freezer.
Okay.
Duct tape.
Okay.
Duct tape that freezer door shut. I'm telling you, don't need a lot of duct tape.
Yeah.
But you need to.
I don't use it that much anyway.
But you need to duct tape that door. I'm
okay, I will.
I know a lot about this. I'm not kidding. I come from like a mechanical family. My dad was a mechanic. So he taught me how to duct tape things like that. Where you use the duct tape, fold over the edge. You got to fold the edge because when you want to...
Right, because then you pull it off. Yeah.
Yeah, you can pull it off.
I pull it off. The reason I'm giving you a duct tape solution is because you don't need not one more thing to have to worry about fixing. Yeah. Go get you the duct tape.
Yeah.
Put it on there and be done with that freezer, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
guys. I just found you guys. One night I think God sent you to me because I was crying and I've been listening to, Dolores, Ken, and everybody. And all of a sudden Mark popped up, Anthony, and I was like, oh my God. And I've been listening to all of you guys, and I just want to say you're doing a great job, and thank you for easing people's pain. I know, I know this could have taken me a while, but
it is.
I'm coming through it.
And Mark, what is the support group that you always mention?
I do. Helping
I just
Parents
joined it.
Heal. Yay, good.
Yay.
Yeah,
I just joined it.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I just joined it because my son's birthday was April 12th.
Okay.
So that's when I joined it. And I sent his name, and I'm gonna find a group around Crown Point, which is near Chicago, and I'm gonna start going.
Yeah, they're a wonderful group, and I do online events with them. I've got one coming up in July, and I will be speaking at their national convention in August. So I cannot recommend help in Phoenix.
Okay,
very good.
Maybe I'll make a plan and go visit my niece.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, I'm in Indiana, but I'm in Tennessee right now visiting my sister.
Oh, God,
and then my niece lives in Phoenix, Arizona. So I'm going to start going visiting everybody.
That sounds good. Well, when you get back home, Indiana is now smack on the map, thanks to Caitlin Clark. Not that Indiana wasn't on the map, but now y'all got that Caitlin. Thank you, Naomi, so much.
Oh, thank you so much. You guys keep up your good work. I love you guys.
Thank you, Naomi. God bless you.
Let's take a really short break. When we come back, Denise, Marjorie, we're getting right on it. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Welcome to Best Holistic Life magazine, where we've cultivated a thriving community of 1.5 million like-minded individuals on a journey to their best selves. We're not just a magazine, we're a movement, a celebration of holistic living that embraces every aspect of your life. At Best Holistic Life magazine, we bring you the latest and greatest in wellness, fitness, nutrition, spirituality, mental health, relationships, and business health. Our team of experts, leaders in their respective fields, curate content that's not just informative, but transformative. Picture this, you on the path to your best holistic life. Subscribers gain exclusive access to groundbreaking articles, expert advice, and a supportive community that understands the importance of balance in every aspect of your life. Subscribe today and unlock a world of new healthy recipes, holistic insights, and practical tips that will empower you to live your best life. Whether you're a seasoned wellness enthusiast or just starting your journey, Best Holistic Life magazine is your trusted companion on the road to a healthier, happier you. Don't miss out on an opportunity to join our dynamic community of 1.5 million subscribers. Subscribe now to Best Holistic Life magazine and take the first step towards living your best holistic life. Because when you're at your best, the world around you becomes a better place. Welcome to Best Holistic Life magazine, where we believe in a holistic approach to living your best life. Today we are talking about the power of mindset. Your thoughts shape your reality, and a positive mindset can make all
Hey, everybody, welcome back. April showers bring May flowers. And here, Linda brought this in because she wanted to show everybody that she's in the Pacific Northwest and everything is wet, including. Welcome back, everyone. Mark, why don't we go to the phones? I know we've got a couple of people waiting. Let's do it.
Let's do
it. Emily's the boss of us. Emily, who do we have next?
Up next, we have Denise from Florida. Denise, you are live.
Hey, Denise, how can we help you tonight?
Hello. How is everybody today?
Batting 1,000. Batting 1,000.
Good.
Did you see
Good.
my
I'm
flower?
glad to hear it.
See my flower?
Hold
See
on.
it? Yeah. How can we help you? Thank you. How are you?
I'm
Denise, you
fine.
there?
I'm fine. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Ma'am.
Okay. Okay, Mark, it's been a strange, it's been a sad month. I lost 4 friends in March, and none of it was expected. And I'm just wondering if anybody, I'm not expecting to speak to any of them. I mean, they just left, in March. Is everything okay going on in my life? Can you ask?
Well, who do you want to talk to? Pick one person. I'll throw a line out and see if we can get that person in. Hold on. They're doing it for him. Getting a female energy coming through. And she was definitely a senior citizen, because I'm seeing, the gray, curly-ish kind of hair, steel gray, and teeth issues up the wazoo. I mean, I'm feeling molars coming out, so she must have either had false teeth or bridge work. A lot of dental issues. This poor woman, toward the end of her life, the issues with her teeth were just insurmountable. And then she was having difficulty breathing, and there was a disparity between her 2 lungs. One of them feels like it was always somehow infected or filling up a lot with fluid. Oh, poor thing. This could be congestive heart failure, too, toward the end. I'm also getting extreme difficulty with her walking, and I'm getting a very diffuse mental state. So she was grappling with dementia or possibly Alzheimer's, because they feel very similar. Does any of this resonate with you, Denise?
Yes, it could be my mom. My mom had Alzheimer's.
Okay, so we got your mom in here. All right, and your question was, are you okay? She goes, Denise,
Yeah.
hold on. Do me a favor, Denise. Let me finish before you respond because I just lost her. Let me see if I can get her back. Try not to interrupt me or talk over me. Okay. She said, Denise, you're never okay because you make it so. And she's not trying to be judgmental or mean. She said, you are so hard on yourself. You hold yourself to such a high standard. She goes, no one could meet that standard. You will be okay if you stop trying to be everything to everyone and realize that you have to come first. And by saying this, she isn't saying, be self-centered. It's like you have to take care of you emotionally, mentally, and physically first. She said, then you'll be okay. And she's particularly focused on your left side, in the area of your left kidney. Anything going on with your kidneys, kidney infections, something with kidney?
Not that I know of at the moment.
Okay, so keep an eye on that. Real quick before I turn it over to Dr. Pat, are you hydrating enough? Are you drinking enough water? And the reason I'm asking this is the easiest way to prevent a kidney stone is drink lots of water. Flush those things out.
Yes. Now, let me ask you a question. Yes, does it have to be water? I'm drinking a lot of the flavored, fruity waters.
If you're going to drink, no. Because, see, the kidneys are filters, and you got to strain all that gunk out of it. If you're going to drink something, it's best to drink water with lemon in it or water with real cranberry, not that high fructose corn syrup stuff. You got to get the real cranberry. Now, both Dr. Pat and I, yes, we have PhDs, but we're not medical doctors. So always run things through your doctor first. But I think it's a pretty safe bet to say just drink pure water.
Okay. Thank you.
Exactly. So, Denise, I want to just leave you at one thing. There are some new waters out now. If you're really like water, there are some new ones. I don't know what they are exactly, and I wouldn't be permitted to say them on air. But there are really some new ones out now that are very mindful of what goes in them. But you have to read the label. If it starts out with gluta blah 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 blah, that is not water, right? If it starts in sugar gum something in there, I don't even know what the heck that all is, like something. But I want to say something to you. My heart goes out to you. My heart goes right out to you, girlfriend. I know what it's like to lose that many people in that short a period of time. I really do. And I lost my mentor, my friend, my mom, and my sister, kind of like you just described. Like, for a while, I thought, what's wrong with me? Well, it wasn't about me. It was time for them. And then I lost two other sisters. I mean, I'm not kidding. My spiritual mentor, my mom, my sister, and then two other sisters. And
the hardest part is losing siblings. I've lost two brothers.
I'm telling you. But hold them precious and hold their energy precious in your heart. But it doesn't take away from how difficult it is to lose, what did you say, 3 people in 1 month? It's not.
Four. From the age of 50 to 80, just all good friends, and they all pass within a week of each other.
Oh my gosh. So what are you able to do? This is my question for you. What are you able to do for yourself? I know it's a silly question, but I have to ask it because sometimes it hits us so hard that we forget that we are alive, you see.
I'll be honest with you. All I'm doing is sleeping.
Well, that's not a bad thing. So I'm just going to come out of the gate. But it's like Mark said, there are organizations you can connect with. It's believe me, it's not an easy journey. I mean, those of us that have gone through it, I didn't get off my couch for like 2 months. So I get it. Until my friend banged on the door and made me go sell vinyl siding with her. That was another show. We'll talk about that thing. But please, you've got to reach out. I know it's hard. You've got to do something. But sleeping is not bad. Okay? But try to.
Yeah, it feels like you have no energy to do anything else.
No energy. No. You have no, because you're grieving. All we're saying is please don't grieve alone. Because that could start to take on a life of its own. And we're kind of trying to say, get to a group. I don't care what group you go to. Get to a group. Get to somebody that can support you. Call a hotline. I believe you're in Illinois. Do something in the next couple of days like that for yourself, okay?
Okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I know you're going to keep loving these folks, and I know they're going to keep loving you. And Mark and I truly do understand what this is like.
Yeah.
We're not you, though. So please take our advice and get some help, okay?
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a great week.
Thank you. What a great show. For those of you that want to watch more of this, you can watch us right on transformationtalkradio.com. Mark, you also have this up on your website. Would you give out your website again, please?
It's afterlifefrequency.com. And you can find out about tuning into The Psychic and the Doc every week and all my events coming up, afterlifefrequency.com.
And for those of you out there who want to know more about the Transformation Network, you can go to that website, thetransformationnetwork.com. Please, anything we can do, reach out to us. If we can't connect you with someone, whether it's Mark or some of our other hosts, we know how to get you some information that can help you. Thank you, Mark, for a great show. Thank you. Rocky, Emily, and Linda. Thank you for this beautiful, right? It's so beautiful. She made like a little bouquet there. Thank you all for tuning us in, turning us on. And Mark, give a shout out to the people at the expo.
To everyone at the New Living Expo, thank you for coming up to Rocky and me and telling us how much you enjoyed the Psychic and the Doc. So New Living Expo, thank you. And to the organizer, Ken Kaufman. And I look forward to seeing you, more of you at the Unity of Tampa this week and Edgar Casey ARE next week in Virginia Beach. Everyone have a good night. Be safe. God bless.
Hey, everybody, thank you for tuning into The Psychic and the Doc with Mark Anthony and me, Dr. Pat Baccili, right here on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Hey, look, come back next week so we can explore with you more of life's many challenges and learn from fascinating guests. And you know what? Even Mark and me. We'll connect you and discover insights from people in this life and from the afterlife. Extraordinary problems? Yeah, they do. They require extraordinary solutions. But step into the world of possibilities with us on The Psychic and the Doc. That's every Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on TransformationTalkRadio.com. That's TransformationTalkRadio.com. And don't forget, we're also live face-to-face on Facebook.com, Transformation Talk Radio.